Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Beyond the Break with Cocolazo. Today, I got my friend, my good buddy, and you've already seen him a couple of times, a couple reels here and there, and you know, just you've seen him around, and it's not hard to miss him. It's my friend Cincy. How are you?
Oh man, I'm good. Good. Been a long week, but this is an exciting adventure, so I'm happy to be here, man.
Man, I'm actually very excited that we actually got now officially a episode, like one of these type of episodes recording. I know you've been kind of just tagging along and helping me with some of my side projects and stuff, and one that we're still trying to work and kind of finish up that we'll talk a little bit more about it here later in the episode. But I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited and happy that you could be a part of tonight's episode. And when I say tonight, I mean it is tonight. It is late tonight.
Yeah. Hey, it's a little beyond the break after dark, but there's nothing wrong with that,
There's
you
not
know?
no. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But so for all you viewers out there that are tuning in, my friend since he's part also of the Oaks gang, he runs his breaks. And honestly, he has some pretty cool breaks. And the guy also not only does he run breaks, but he's also been in breaks. And I have seen him hit some monster cards. And he's just a great dude all around. Super fun to talk to, hang out, and you got to tune into his shows when he go live. You got a show this Friday actually, with Don Russ, right? WNBA.
Yeah, we're I think this is the first time the WNBA market's crazy, so why not get involved in it? And I, I have they're not near me, but I have quite a few WNBA cards, so why not spread the love, pull some people some heat.
Yeah,
So
no, I
can't
absolutely
wait.
agree. Like my daughter, she loves a WNBA and she's collected a little bit here and there. She loves all women's sport, but yeah, I know this show's gonna probably come up live after the break and everything, and I made sure like we both know that we're gonna get a spot on your break. At least that's gonna be her first big break, so don't let her down. So no pressure.
No, and I think she's gonna get a good spot. I mean, I know what we were talking that
Mm-hmm.
she's chasing some stars. So if
Yes,
Kelsey Plum comes out, it's gonna be a big card. So can't wait
dude,
for that. And
I can't.
you know my hands.
Oh,
Heat's gonna be pulled, so we'll be fine.
oh yeah, for sure, and I can't wait to tune in. But let's officially now dive in because I got some fun questions for you because I love your personality. I mean, you and me clicked so fast before all this really sprung out, and it was all because of that one card. And we'll talk about that card here down the road too because I cannot wait. It's off for grading, but I already missed it so much. But Cincy, let
It puts
me
a smile on my face thinking about it. So
Dude, I know it is such a beautiful card, and I know I'm leaving everybody in suspense, but they probably have seen the post like crazy when I had it. But what got you into breaking to begin with?
um, it kind of sounds cliche, and I'm sure other people have said it, but like I first started as a buyer, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then I met so many cool people in the hobby. And I'm one of those people, like I'm a collector first.
Yes.
Yes, I sell cards and yes, I do card shows, but I have such a massive problem with parting with cards. And then it became, I met a bunch of cool people like yourself, like Confucius. There was a guy named Mike that I instantly bonded with. He doesn't come around as much as often. There's a guy named Joe, who I met through the MLS side. Board was very influential, and I quickly became the thought of, man, I just want to pull my friends' cool cards. That's all it really is. That's what it boiled down to. Is I wanted to be the guy. As cliche as that sounds, that put a smile on, or pulling you a sweet Columbia card, or whoever you're chasing. Like that's what breaking's about. It's not about the dollars. It's more about the helping your friends side of things.
I couldn't agree more, and that's what I love about you is the fact that how big of a heart you have for this community, and just for what you do, you can actually just tell and see in your shows like the passion that you have for it, and I absolutely love that because I have the same struggle too. Like I am definitely a collector first. Yeah, I've ran some breaks and I have the same feeling like you did. Like when me and my daughter ran our breaks, is I enjoyed more the gaining the friendship, pulling the cards for the people who supported us and the ones that I became friends with. It's to me it's like a whole different it's a whole different feeling. Like you feel good. Like heck yeah, I just helped out my friend get something that he's been chasing for a while, type of feeling. Or you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get there, but it's hard to like express it into words.
No, it's a nail on the head. And,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a lot of people like say love languages, right? Like some people's love language is giving, right? It's like giving someone the ultimate gift, right? Like it's one of those
Yes.
things that like, you just know. The worst day at work, have a million phone calls, a million meetings, the boss is up, driving you wild, and then you
Yeah.
get back, you join a break, and you're just like, all right, I just want one cool card, and the day will, heck yeah.
Yeah.
So
No.
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, it's just something about, and yeah, people can call it the endorphin rush or anything like that, but it's a little bit, and I'm gonna put it in a different perspective. Like, if you're in a break with like one of your friends that you genuinely grew, a relationship with, like for example, you and me, like. I've been in plenty of breaks where like I've had a rough day like that from work and stuff, and I buy in, and it can actually go even more sour if that breaker doesn't have that relationship with his followers, to the people who buy in. It could genuinely get worse, because even if I buy into your breaks and I don't do good, I'm actually not even bummed about the fact that if I skunked or not, because I know it's a risk at the end of the day. But the level of how much attention you give everybody and the entertainment you provide, that literally almost washes away everything else, because I'm there now unwinding, I'm chatting with my friend. It could be even venting at points, or laughing, and giving each other a hard time. It's a whole different environment between the two, like how much one room can make an impact after a rough day.
Nail on the head with that. I think it's cliche, but it's just like, it's the same thing I do with my real job. Like it's a simple motto, but it's just treat others the way you want to be treated. It's the
Yes.
thing you were taught in kindergarten, right? It's, if,
Yeah.
if I was on the other side of the screen, how would I want my breaker to act for me? How would I want, it's the same thing in, with my sales job. How would I want a salesman to treat me is how I treat other people. It's a very simple motto, and people forget, like, we all got into this hobby for the joy of it. Before there was dollars, before there was anything, we all pulled that one card that made us research, get back into the hobby, and like it was the joy of it.
Yes.
So that's what, sometimes people forget that, but at the end of the day, it's just about the hobby's fun.
It is. It can be very
It's
fun. You
supposed to
you're
be. It's not
right.
supposed to be stressful.
Yes, and I think that's something, and I'm
Yeah.
glad you actually
And
brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up, because that can actually be, there's always a double-edged sword to whatever you do in life. There's the positive and then there's the negative. And I think that's actually something good to bring up, is the negative side, that if you get into a hobby and turn that hobby into a greed, then that passion, that love that you originally had sparked for it, it can instantly go away, because then you're too focused on, like, you're too hyper fixated, more to say, on like, I need to hit this specific car so I can sell it for this specific much, or I need to do this break because it has this car chase and stuff, and I'm gonna hit that. And it doesn't turn that hobby no more into passion, it turns it into lust. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, nail on the head. Yeah. I mean, that's it. As that, certain points where they are involved more in the breaks and all that kind of stuff. But it's about finding that balance, and it's about learning. Breaks are good, singles are good. You just have to find that happy. We all like it because the cards are cool deep down. Even if people say I'm in it for the business. We're all collectors deep down, or you wouldn't be
Right.
doing it.
Yeah. As we had our little brief interruption, we're still kicking and thriving and pushing into gear. I have some other questions, Cincy, for you. Are you ready for them?
Fire away, man.
Okay. So when when you had your first break, were you nervous at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always that innate nervousness, and I don't know if it's, and for me, it wasn't more of like I was nervous to be on camera. I talk on the phone for a living. Talk in front of people for a living. That's not scary. It was, First, let me say, like, Oaks is one of the most gracious people, in the hobby. I just want to preface that and say, like, he let me have my first break on his main channel. He didn't have to do that. So my innate nervousness was more of making sure that I didn't disappoint that channel,
Hmm.
because obviously they have a brand, and I'm just, first, I'm the, first break on the main screen. I've literally ripped the first, I think it was the first case of Finest on the channel,
Oh, cool.
this year, because I was the one that got it in the mail the fastest, because I guess, Georgia mail sucks, and, Ohio just doesn't. I don't really know. But like, so like, yeah, my innate nervousness wasn't about selling the spots or talking to the people, because they were all my friends that I was chatting with every day, just as
Yeah.
Cincy, before I was the breaker. So that wasn't scary. It was just more of, Oaks gave me such a platform that I didn't want to disappoint. That's more of what the nervousness was.
Okay, yeah, I could totally see that. And but that's cool that you were able to literally first show already jump on the Oaks channel and do it for everybody. What was the biggest card you pulled out of that break? Especially for your first show. There it always happens. What was the big monster you pulled?
Oh God, we hit a Yamal out of 25 auto in that first break.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So you so you did make a good platform immediately off the first show.
yeah, and then yeah. I mean, I, you've been in my breaks. Like, obviously, there's no control of where the cards get shipped and who
Right.
pulls the cards, but like,
Right.
I've pulled some insane cards, and the 6 8 months I've been doing this.
So you've only been breaking about 6 to 8 months now?
Yeah, I mean, I think I joined like, so I went. It's kind of wild. Like, I've been in and out of the hobby for like 2 years. Like, I went to a card show, picked up a bunch of baseball cards because I love baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, baseball is one of my favorite sports. Um, and then I fell out of the hobby, and then MLS Finest came out, and I loved that product so much that I went and bought a hobby box, and was instantly back in the hobby. And then yeah, I just you know I just like talking, and like I said, like we went through, why I do it. That's what I wanted to do, and yeah, so I've only been doing it. I think. I mean, hold on. I mean, if you don't mind me looking at my phone, I can tell you the exact day my first break was, real quick. I have a
That's
picture of all the cards
crazy.
on my phone.
While you're doing that and
Let's
everything,
see
I'm
here.
still gonna grind through some questions for you.
June 27th
Wait. June
was
27th? That's not even 6 months ago.
yeah,
That's 5 months ago.
n- yeah, 5 months. Yeah,
Not
so
even a full
I've
five
been.
months because we're 11. Today's the 13th.
Yep. So June 27th was my first break on
So
the Oaks channel. Yep.
so baseball is where you started it, huh?
Hmm.
So let's hear
Yeah,
some
I've got.
let's hear some talk about that. So what originally got you first into the hobby?
I mean, I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan, so I, being in Cincinnati, and I used to. I think one summer we went to, like, yeah, I think it was like the summer Ellie debuted, so 2 3 years ago now. We went to like 16 or 17 games that summer, because every Tuesday they would do. I'm off on Tuesday, so every Tuesday we possibly could. Um, so just watching all that stuff, and then watching Ellie play baseball, I was like, I need to collect everything of this dude that I possibly can, and that's kind of what inspired it. Is just going to baseball games, and watching YouTube videos on collecting and all that kind of stuff.
Ellie's no joke. I've honestly enjoyed watching him play because I was collecting baseball there for a hot minute when I first got back into the hobby because I was thinking it was almost the exact same as like when I was a kid collecting baseball. Like I didn't realize how much of a difference it is collecting baseball now versus like when I was a kid collecting baseball. Like it is night and day. Like the Bowman stuff and trying to do the rookie prospecting and who was good and how fast like someone's player's market can immediately change overnight. It was unreal when I was first trying to learn baseball collecting.
It's funny you say that, because like, uh, in my closet over there, there's a box of cards from that I collected probably from the age of 6 to the age of 12. um, that I've just kept. They're a bunch of nonsense.
I
I
have
do
those
have my first
boxes.
number card I ever bought. But like me and my friend used to play this game as kids where, we would take baseball cards and battle with the stats on the back, like war almost. Like you would play war with a baseball card and we pick a category. So like if you had Barry Bonds, you'd obviously pick home runs. So like back then I wasn't really like the collector I am today. I didn't understand value as much because
Right,
I
right.
definitely probably parted with some good cards.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, I mean, since the age of 6, I've been collecting cards, so it's just part of me, you know.
Well,
So
that's cool and everything because I think I was about the same age when I first started collecting cards. I mean, cards as me as a kid, I could remember a lot. Like it was eventually the first set of Pokemon ever rolled out, and I remember collecting those, wishing that if I had a time machine, I would go tell my young version of myself, "Don't ever get rid of those cards." In fact, don't
yeah,
ever open those cards. Just hold them and pretend you've never seen them in your life until you're in your freaking 30s and then sell it. Because that's just unreal.
yeah. It's
Pokemon,
funny you
Pokemon
say
is just blown up so much.
crazy. It blows my mind every stat I see about Pokemon. It's funny. My mom got rid of my Pokemon cards at a garage sale, but kept my sports cards. And I was like, Mom, I wish it was the exact opposite. You should have got rid of the
Same
sports
here.
cards and kept all the Pokemon cards. Like,
I
damn.
I can't remember when it was either I was talking to Evo or New Play, and it was the exact same thing that happened like to you. It I talked to my mom after I got married and I was first collecting back in the hobby and I was hearing how Pokemon was doing good and I was like, you know what? I remember I had a Charizard. I had a holographic Charizard. That's definitely a big card. And I remember talking to
Yep.
my mom, was like, well, I got all your baseball cards and your basketball cards. I'm like, okay. And the other one's like, oh no, I gave those to your cousin. I'm like, oh no, I didn't hear
Ah,
that. No, 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 no. This isn't happening. It's like the same little cousin that terrorized the house and destroyed half of our stuff. Maybe. And I'm like, well, those are hoes. And always the long going joke was like, I just pretend I never even owned a Charizard. Never even had one. That's exactly what my mentality was. But deep down, I knew I had one.
yeah. Yeah, that was the exact same thing I did. I literally, you just repeated exactly what I said to my mom. It must have been like in college when I realized that they were becoming a big thing. I was like, "Hey, mom, do you still have any of my old Pokemon cards?" And she's like, "No, I sold those in a garage sale, but I have your old sports cards." I was like, "Okay, let me see them." And then I look through them, and it's like the little sports. You remember when we were kids, Sports
The Sports
Illustrated?
Center
You get those
magazine. Uh
Sports
huh.
Illustrated.
I have some of those. I have
There's a
some of
bunch
those.
of there's a bunch of those in my box right now, and it's like, wow, those are probably like a penny. Like I did a really good job of saving the good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that Sports Illustrated because I had a Ken Griffey Jr. when he was actually in his Reds uniform on the cover of the Sports Illustrated,
The man.
dude. But oh, there was something I was gonna actually talk about. That point was, oh, now I'm forgetting it. I had it memorized. Anyways, we'll just continue on because nope, it's not coming to me. It's my brain is fogging really bad.
It's after dark, man. It's all right.
It definitely is, but no. So me going back real quick about Pokemon is that me and my daughter, that's how we first got back into the hobby is because we were collecting that, and then obviously transitioned to all sports cards, and now again, actually, even though we're probably not coming in the best time, I've learned through the journey of collecting and understanding and more and everything about it is that now we're just focusing on buying the singles, which has saved us a lot more money. But she's been wanting to get back into Pokemon for a while, so I was like, yeah, yeah. Honestly, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm a sucker for Pokemon, and so we've been doing that again. But now I remember what I was gonna say. It's funny, and I know this is definitely a squirrel moment for us, but this is what all viewers are gonna get is Coco and Cincy after dark.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've ever experienced this when you were going to school, but collecting cards and stuff when I was a kid was always I wouldn't say people like constantly made fun of those type of kids. Like you always had that, group and stuff that you hung out with, but it was never a very common thing, if that makes sense. Like you saw a
Oh,
very small
now,
percentage of collectors like us.
yeah, it was more, like I think up to a certain age, it was acceptable, quote unquote,
Yes,
acceptable. Like I
yes.
think, yeah, like
Uh-huh.
yeah. Nowadays, though, I think it's the exact opposite. Like, like if you're, I'm sure, and I've seen videos. Like, I'm sure across schools there's collectors clubs, sports cards clubs. Like now it's the exact opposite. Now, like kids, that are 12-year old are making more money than adults that are 45
Yes.
years old.
Yes, you beat me to it because I was just about to say that. But no, you're right. So we go for where it was like a time in the age period. Like if you were playing baseball or any sport, then obviously those kids were like collecting the basketball cards or football cards of the players that they liked. But then after a while, they were just done with it. It was no biggie or no nothing because they all were expected to kind of grow out of it. But honestly, if you look at today, like you were just mentioning, it is more than just a hobby. It turned into like a serious passion and a big collector's thing where there's more people involved into it than there ever has been before. And it amazes me because I could go, like, I remember I was going to Target with my daughter and we were just going to buy a couple packs and everything, and the line that I saw to get to the cards and everything, I was like, it was unreal. I'm thinking like it used to never be this bad. Now you have people like really trying to go at it to try to pick up like One Piece cards or Pokemon cards, or like last year was basketball was the hardest to get because of all the Wemby rookies. Like people are like
Yeah,
way in the deep waters with this sometimes. I'm like, dang, this was never something I've ever experienced before.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's times now that the same thing as you. I just go to Meyer because I've got the itch to rip, and I try to buy a blaster box, and
Hmm.
there's nothing on the shelf.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what I think I've learned. Like buying singles has definitely been a very easy method for my pocket.
yeah.
but but like the breaks I always hop in, I always want to make sure is like something I like. Like y'all seriously, I used to never collect much Serie A, but what it's something about y'all. I started falling way more in love with Serie A than EPL or La Liga sets. Like I've been watching it more. I've been loving the cards more. The players are exciting. I now really like Castro a lot, mostly because of you. But after watching him so much, I'm like, why do I not have any of his stuff? Which, by the way, I still want that zebra. Cough, cough.
Oh yeah, yeah. I still have that. It's actually next to me.
but
Yeah, I've got
like,
a few cards that are for you.
that's what I'm getting point is like, it's funny how like being friends with someone, your mindset and the influences that can have an altering change onto like how you collect because of the memories you create. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, and like to your point, like anyone that's been in a Serie A break knows that the legends on the Serie A checklist are second to none. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's part of the reason why like I mean obviously like my main rookie chase beside I have two rookie chases. We'll get into that at some point, but like obviously he's in Serie A, so that's why I get into it. But yeah, I mean the cards are so gorgeous, man.
Oh
Select
yeah.
Panini just did such a good job, and like it's the same thing with like me and you, right? Like I now want to buy a Luis Diaz because you know and Richard Rios and
Lucho.
so that and the same thing with Oaks. Like I want some Thierry Henry's now, and there's
Yeah.
everyone has influence on everyone, and it's if you surround yourself with the good people, then it's more just positive influence than
Yes.
anything, man. You
Yes.
know that.
Because you're not immersing yourself, and I love how you brought that up. Because it's true. If you're around a bad group that you're just paying attention to what you hear the most, that influence can have a negative impact because you're just thinking of it more of a like, well, all these people are talking about this one person, maybe I should start chasing them. And then you really from a player perspective, you're not really enjoying what the player is in real life, and that's just the way I see things. I mean, to each their own, and this is my own 2 cents. But like like for you, with you were saying you like collecting Luis Diaz and stuff. It's because of the friendship that you and me made, and the impact that we had, and now you want to collect something that you know your friend has a huge passion for, that you've started growing a passion for. And the same like with Castro with me on you, like my friend Cincy collects Castro. I'm good friends with Cincy, and now I've been watching. It's like I see why Cincy likes him. This kid is awesome. I want to start collecting him like he does, so I can, show my friend like, look what I got. Are you proud? Kind of situation, if that makes
Is
sense.
the exact point. Yeah. Oh, it makes 100% sense. And I'm the exact same way. Like, I didn't watch any Luis Diaz before you and I became friends. And then all of a sudden, now I tune into every Bayern game to check his stat lines,
Dude,
to make sure, he's still killing it, which
he's
obviously
killing it.
he is. I mean,
Just had a
he's
hat trick.
legitly on. Yeah, he's legitly on record pace right now. Like him and Holland are, you have to be front. And I mean, Harry Kane's up there too.
Oh, Kanan
But
for
like,
sure.
yeah, I mean, it's, everyone has yeah, it's just, it makes it the collecting fun when you have friends that will, you can share it with. That's
Right.
what it boils down to.
And I love the type of friendships, and I know this might be something that some people are cool with, and the majority are not, because I know people like, uh, in the end of the day, yeah, people want to make money. Yeah, money is great. Money is good. It can pay your bills or get you towards your next card. But to me, I get actually a more fun thrill, like I was a kid when I'm actually trading cards. Like when you me made that trade, like it brought back more happy memories and created a more serious emotional attachment to that card, because I was able to give you stuff that you liked a lot, and in return you gave me something that I liked a lot, instead of like, hey, here's $300 for this card. Oh, okay, thanks. Talk to you never.
Yeah, you'll hear me say this a lot throughout our friendship. Like, PC to me is an inanimate price tag. Like, there's
Yes.
no price tag on PC cards. Like, if I want a card, I'll pay what I want for it, or I'll trade. Like, I have probably the best Cucho card in existence right now. Like, I'm not trying to be, cheesy about it, but like, it's probably one of the top three Cucho cards in existence right now on the market.
Of
So, like,
course.
why would I need to hoard another one from someone? When that card, it screams you, man. Like, that card screamed you. So it's like,
Cucho and
that's what it's all.
Badana. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, why would I keep that from someone? And that's what it all boils down to. Like, we're all collectors first, right? Like, why would I keep that card from someone who's going to stare at it away? I mean, it was in my display case right behind me. It would have been a PC card forever. But then I met you, and it's like, you are going to appreciate that card means 1,000 times more to you than it does to me. And
Dude.
that's what this hobby is about, connecting people with the cards that they want,
Yes, for sure. And I still remember the first contact ever. All I remember, and I could even pull up the messages for proof, and maybe I'll try to see if I could even post it on the video, was the fact that, hey, Coco. And I was like, yeah, what's up? I was like, I got something I think you'll fall in love with. I'm like, what could that be? And then I had like sent emoji eyes. And then you sent the picture. And all I remember when I saw that, I'm like, that is the most disgusting card I have ever witnessed in my life. Like, not only is it two players autos that I've chased for so long, but they are on one card. And
and it's the Columbia red
it is
too,
the
which is just
Columbia, the beautiful red on it too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be in my possession, hopefully. It's all I could think of. That, or since he's being mean, he's just trolling me, saying like, ha ha, I own this and you don't
nah.
situation. But as soon as we were talking, I could immediately felt how quickly you and me connected and just clicked. Like just after that, like we just, like even the car became almost irrelevant, because then we were just chit chatting about random stuff, and we just built like an immediate relationship, which is just, it was a blast. It was a great memory and everything.
Yeah.
And then once we executed that trade and everything, all I can think is like, there's no way this card will ever leave me alive or dead. Like the memory I just created with this dude, not only becoming my friend but becoming a really close friend. There's no way any money in the world could buy that. And I get that some people have that perspective, saying like, "Well, if he offered you $100,000, would you sell it?" There's some cars you could offer me $250,000. I don't think I could sell it because to me, a memory, it just has some more value than the actual dollar figures itself. And I'm not trying to be all like sentimental and rainbow farts and unicorns type of scenario, but it's true because imagine if you had something that you just bonded with a person and it became like the best friends and all that, and then you sold it. Well, there will be,
Yeah.
not then, not tomorrow, but there will be a day that you will have immediate regret because you threw away a memory that you just created, that there, you have nothing to ever, have that again. So I know that was kind of like
Y-
a soft topic, but
No, you'll see, when we get into like revealing, I have like six, four or five, I think it's five cards sitting out in front of me, but like there's one card that I have set aside that I could get some cash for. Like, I mean, but it's the core memories that I'll never sell the card. And I'll explain why, when we go into that. But it just reiterates your point. The memories are worth more than the dollars.
yeah,
That's what the hobby, that
yeah.
reiterates back to the hobby is a hobby,
Mm-hmm.
and it's joy.
It
Like I
is.
have so much joy looking at some of these cards that like I wouldn't sell them.
Right.
Even if someone offered me way more than what they're worth, and I've turned down offers on cards way more than I have what into them because I have the joy of certain things. So
Exactly. Unlike like the Zlatan 1 of 1 that you hit, obviously that was a big monster car that, yeah, you could hold that for a long time on your PC, but that one must have been like an easy opportunity where you were like, yeah, I could sell this one. There's no true, you know, I hit it in a break, cool type of scenario.
yeah, I mean it's one of those things where like obviously that thought comes across your mind. Like I watched him growing up; he was one of my favorite strikers ever. I played striker for let's see, 13 years of my life from the age of 5 to the age of 18. I literally watched a lot in every weekend, but it all boils back to the hobby, right, Coco? Like he is not my PC. I do not have a single Zlatan card in this house right now. So why would I not connect that with someone who's going to appreciate it more than I am? Like
Exactly.
obviously I know what it is and I love the player, but there's someone out there in the world, and yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, you make a profit off of it, but like
Mm-hmm.
in that circumstance, there's someone out there in the world that'll appreciate that card more than I will, and that's part of it and
Exactly, and that's where
as well.
it
Like
kind of turns the page to a different type of part of the hobby where, yeah, you can still gain your profits and you can still make your money, and like how you fine tuned it was that you're getting that person that card that they really really have, is like is literally the grail. Is their one item that they've been wanting so bad to be a part of them because of the core memories they created watching an individual player, which I would say that our
it,
legends are probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like I'm not, I don't. I sold it at a local, not a local card show, the Xenia card show, but like the guy that came up to me, and bought it. He had never bought in a soccer card before, but he bought it because of the person on the card and because that's who he watched growing up.
Right.
He had never purchased a big soccer card like that. He was a big card guy. Um, so that that makes it cool. Like that gets that guy into our hobby. Like that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, obviously I would have kept it, obviously, but at the end of the day, that's what it's all about is connecting people with unique cards and stuff.
Yes, for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you a little bit of a side topic here. It's kind of like a side quest. So we have a game and activity at the end of our show, and I'm gonna be stopping you two more times after this, where I'm gonna have you grab a random card. Okay, so you have 10 seconds right now to grab your first random card.
All right. Now, is it just like not a PC card, right? Like just
Not
anything?
a PC card or anything, base card, cracked ice, whatever you want it to be. Just a random card that is not part of your personal collection. Your bulk.
All right,
We'll put it like that.
let's
Your
reach my
bulk.
hand. All right. I grabbed a decent one. All right. I
Okay.
got one right here.
All right, set it to the side because there's going to be two more times I'll stop you and tell you to grab another card. So let's
Cool.
continue on, Cincy.
All right.
so,
Let's
uh,
roll.
so it's cool to hear how you first got into it. It's cool to hear the love and passion that you gained from it. And I didn't know you played soccer. As much as I've always heard you talk about baseball, I've thought honestly you were just a baseball person that just fell in love with soccer. But I'm I'm super stoked to hear that you loved soccer and played it too because that was me. I played a lot of sports, but soccer was definitely my favorite one. But um, do you do you remember? Because I've always been wanting to ask people all these. I know your first break you said you hit it out of 520 Yamal Auto, but do you
Yeah.
remember what the biggest card you've ever hit in a break was, or was that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, no, that's not the biggest. The break after that, after the Amal out of 25, was a messy grail. So that was probably the most dollars, I would say.
Mm,
I mean, I know what the guy sold it for. So, I mean, doing the math in my head, I think that's probably the most dollars out of any. Now, uh, you know, actually, I pulled, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but I pulled the Mika Barth one of one super fractor from Finest as well. And he's one of the big chases from Monaco. And then I obviously pulled that Santi Jimenez one of one super fractor in my last break of Finest. So I don't know what those will
oh
be
yeah, you did.
worth dollar wise. But that Messi Grail was just literally like amazing. It was so cool.
So
Literally so cool.
I asked Debs a similar question to this, and I kind of want to start asking everybody now moving forward. Like when you're going through the cards on the break, and you do you have a sense that there's like a big card that's about to be revealed, or do you some people I know will do the slight card slant to see a sneak peek, and then they're aware that there's a big card there. When you're about to reveal that card, what goes through your head? Like, are you thinking of specific players, or are you hoping for something specific? Like, what goes through your head when you're about to reveal like that one of one or
No,
that big grail card?
nah, that's a cool question. No, it's actually like the Grail, for example, like I knew what it was right away because like nothing else in I think I pulled it out of Chrome. Yeah. Nothing else out of Chrome has a border like that. So you knew it was a Grail right away. So like and I pulled it for a guy that I do deals with. Like he just sold me a Darlington Nagby one of one. Like I pulled it for a friend. So that made it even more sad. So I was like, someone tag him, someone get him in the room. So it's more just excitement. Like, and then for the super fractors, right? Like you can tell what it is,
Oh
but you don't
yeah.
know if it's an auto. And I don't like, it's like one of those things. A magician doesn't reveal all of the secrets. Like I don't like
Mm-mm.
showing the cards right away. Like that's so I want to make sure that, the suspense is built up and then bada bing, bada boom,
Here comes the
some
boom.
sweet comes out. Yeah.
So I can't remember. Were you the one that hit Jersey that out of 25 Ronaldo, or was
Yeah.
that
So that
Wilco?
was no, that was me. So that was my last case of finest. It had
Dude, that
that
was
in
a
it.
nasty
It
card.
had it had the Maldini Cannavaro
Cannavaro.
duel out of five. Yeah, out of five in the same case, and then it had the Santi Jimenez one of one superfractor
That
in the same case. It was
those were
literally
all one
like
case.
that was all one case. Yeah, it was literally like one of the best cases of finest I've ever ripped, and I've probably done five or six now at this point. It was chef's kiss, as they say.
So like for me, oops, I didn't mean to hit that. So for me, like when me and my daughter did our show, we did Top's Finest Flashback, and I remember when because she hit two one of ones. She was a back to back one of one person. Like her odds are way better than mine. And when I caught, because the way she was holding the card, she kind of pivoted a little bit, and I caught the glimpse of the corner of the superfractor, and all you can hear me say in the video is, "That's a one of one. That's a one of one." Like my brain broke because I've never
Oh
pulled
yeah,
it. I mean, I still never pulled it. My daughter pulled it, but I'm like, holy crap! This is awesome. Like this is a like my excitement, I couldn't hold it. I couldn't like be like, yeah, oh, what could this be? This is a one of one. Like, there's no way I can hold that excitement, and like it just spews out like vomit. And the same for my daughter. As soon as she heard me say one of one, she started freaking out too, and it was cute because give granted, like she knows off of that checklist because it was such an older set. She knows like maybe like 10 players out of it, and that's it. The rest of them she
Yeah.
doesn't have an idea. So I'm thinking like, oh, please be at least a player that she knows and stuff, because then she would really freak out. And that'd be cool to witness. But even with the player that she hit, like I knew who it was, but she didn't. But she was still
Yeah.
freaking out. I was like, I hit the one of one and stuff like that. And then, but the second case that we ripped, she hit a one of one Lewandowski. She knows who
Oh, okay.
Lewandowski
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
reaction she had there was super cool because she she saw it was a super fractor, and she did such a pro move. She goes, "We're gonna set this to the side for now. We're gonna continue our break." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, how does she have that patience?" Because me, I'd be like, "I want to see what it is right now."
Yeah. You'll never catch me doing that. I'm one of those like yeah, I need to know now. Like we're ripping a band-aid off. Like,
Right.
yeah. No,
It's
hats
like
off to her for that having that patience because I don't.
I don't have that patience whatsoever. So when she did that, I'm there on the side getting antsy, and then you can hear in the video, "Dad, can you please continue sleeving the cards for them?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" Not only she's doing that, she's bossing me around on live.
Hey, you got yourself a mat. You got yourself a legit breaker. What can I say? You know?
Yeah, she's a business girl for sure. And that's what I enjoyed about
Yeah.
doing it with her. Like, I had fun doing the breaks, and I want to do more breaks with her because I love creating those core memories, and it's a passion that we both enjoy, and it's fun. It's genuinely fun, and we both enjoy it so much that we want to continue to do it. But
Yeah.
so obviously,
100%.
going to a different route real quick because I want to make sure I get this question in there. Is we all know it. It's a theme of my shows. Is who's the goat? Now, obviously, there's only two goats. You can only pick one. You don't need to justify both because I want to know who is Cincy's goat. Ronaldo or Messi? Because Messi's been slowly making a comeback now. Ronaldo's still in the lead, but the past two shows have been Messi voters. So who is
So
Cincy
like
going for?
I'm just gonna preface this by saying like I have cards of only one of them, but like I would say like I don't necessarily care for either of them that much. Like I would rather collect other people, but if you have to ask me one and who I would pick, I have to pick Messi. Um,
The streak continues.
it is just solely the accolades right now. Like if Ronaldo wins the World Cup, then we're having a different conversation. I played striker, like so obviously I watched way more Ronaldo growing up than I did Messi.
Mm-hmm.
But like now as an adult that looks at it as a statistical standpoint now, and just my answer's Messi. You know, I knew I was going to get asked this question. I didn't really want to answer it because like I really don't have a preference between the two. As crazy as that, my answer would be or. If there was an option for or, it would be or. But if I have to pick one, it would be Messi, and that, I mean solely because I have about 15 Messi cards here, and I don't have a single Ronaldo card yet.
So you're the first one to actually throw the word out there, or, and now you have me very interested. So if you were not to choose Messi or Ronaldo, who would Cincy then pick?
Well, you know who like my favorite player of all time is.
I
You know,
do,
and
but
it's
no one else
Griezmann.
on the view. There it
Yeah,
is.
but he's not like. Let me preface by saying like I don't think Griezmann's the greatest player of all time.
So
He's
you're
my
doing it more
favorite
because
player
of
of
he's
all
your
time.
personal favorite.
Well, that's what it's about
Yeah,
sometimes. Like,
yeah.
yes, Messi is probably the GOAT, but like my favorite player to watch from 2015 probably till now, like I remember every FIFA game, the first player I got on my, basically, I wasn't a big Ultimate Team guy. I was building teams and, playing Champions League seasons, and that
Mm-hmm.
was Griezmann. Like Griezmann was my favorite player growing up. And before that, like we just talked about him and I sold his one of one auto because like I said, more people will appreciate it. But like I probably watched more Zlatan and Wayne Rooney and David Beckham than I ever did Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. Like
I
David
could see
Beckham's
that.
one of my goats, and I call Wesley Snyder one of my goats too. Like
Dude, I love
Wesley
Schneider.
Snyder's a very slept on soccer player,
Mm-hmm.
and Aaron Robin. I loved Aaron Robin growing
I
up.
I
That left
love the
foot
names
was
that you're throwing
magical.
out there. I mean, there's so many more to it. Del Pirlo. It's a good one.
Hmm.
Totti. I feel like
Oh, P.
Totti gets slept on too.
I watched so much. Yeah, I've watched so much. Like, there's
And
too many
Zizou.
names to pick one in my eyes. Like, that's why I would say or. It's about who you like.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
Messi is probably the goat statistically. We're not arguing that, and that's who I would pick in that question. But like, my answer is or because there's so many great players out there. So many great players out there.
Well, I appreciate you actually taking the time to break down a little bit further into it. And yeah, the who's the goat question really just falls on because of the whole hot topic debate of, it gets any
Yeah.
room. I mean, you've experienced it probably millions of times when you run a show. As soon as Messi gets thrown out there or Ronaldo gets out there, a debate on who's the best always, always follows it. Like it is inevitable. As soon as like you were pull a big old Messi card and you hear people start saying go, 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 then you have the Ronaldo fans that are gonna start defending on, well, Ronaldo's really the GOAT here versus Messi, and then you start seeing all these stacks getting pulled out, and it is very entertaining in my opinion because I said it once, I said it twice, probably not every episode, so I might as well just start printing it out on my screen. Is that like Evo says, like it's just a generational thing that we're getting to experience, and that's two of the best
Oh,
of the best at the same time. But yes, going back to what you
oh
said,
yeah.
there's still so many up there that yeah, that it could be anybody could be your goat. It really can be. But when it comes to this topic, you're picking one.
Yeah, it's and then I am Messi. Like I said, I have way more Messi cards than I do Ronaldo cards. I have a lot of money invested into Messi, so yeah, I mean Messi's my answer.
Well,
If
that's
I had to pick
cool.
one, but yeah,
All right, you got
yeah.
10 seconds to grab another card.
All right, let's roll.
It's crazy how time can fly when we're enjoying our conversation, Cincy, because right now we have been already almost up to 45 minutes.
How much time do I have left? I'm reaching my hand in here, and we are pulling it.
Five, four, three, two, one. Grab the first card in your hand.
Yeah, we'll do this one. I
Okay,
like this
perfect.
unique one.
So let me ask you this. So we got to hear a little bit about your breaking side of the world, your collecting side of the whole world. What what advice could you give a new, because this is actually a great question in my opinion because I got to experience it. So earlier before we recorded, I was hanging out with Whip and I was modding for him and
Yeah.
stuff, and shout out to Whip, one of my closest friends. If you haven't met him, you need to go follow him. Great, great dude. Has insane, insane collection. But there was two people that are actually in there, and I'm sure you probably have experienced that too in your rooms, is that they were brand new to the hobby. Like they literally just downloaded the app, this is their first show that they were on, and they wanted to learn more about the hobby. And that actually like triggered something to me when I was reading all that, when I was modding, and I was like, you know what, that's actually a great question because how many people actually have the patience? I mean, during a show is probably hard because you're focusing on, not only just those individuals, but the whole chat room as well as the break itself, and ripping the cards or selling the cards. But what advice would you give a new member to the hobby and what to do so they have a good experience?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually really simple advice. Like, you're gonna make mistakes, so you just have to learn by them. Like, I've lost my behind on tons of cards, and you learn from them. And it's actually funny you asked this question because, like, I have a buddy, shout out Leon or Leroy, um, who like I got into collecting through him seeing me collecting again, and like he got excited to do it, and now like he started with the dollar cards, made it to the $5 cards, made it to the $20 cards, and now he like knows how he's setting up at shows now, and like that's cool. Like to
Mm-hmm.
get people into our hobby, like what we're passionate about, and to have more people have the same passion for it as we do. My advice is, like I said, you're gonna make mistakes, so you just have to learn from them. We're humans, so just learn from your mistakes so you don't make them again.
I think not only that, but I think another key thing is patience. Patience is a huge thing when it comes to collecting. Don't feel like you have to get every big card right away because that not only can make an impact into your pocketbook, but oh my gosh, that made me sound so old saying pocketbook. Oh gosh, I'm so disappointed in myself. Not it could damage your wallet or your card or credit card, whatever. Pretend I never said pocketbook, please. I am not that old. But the patience is a key thing. Focus on what you want to try to collect first, and enjoy it at the same time. Because if you think you're going to try to get all this stuff to flip immediately, sometimes those type of sales don't work as fast as you think, right?
Yeah, I mean, like it. Yeah, and that's it. It's kind of like the same thing we were talking about before break with like fishing. We both love fishing. You have to be patient for fishing. Patience is a virtue in this hobby, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing as selling too fast. Everyone has the regret of selling too fast on a couple cards. I'm the same way. I mean, I have cards saved in my card ladder right now that sell for way more than what I sold them for, just because I didn't delete them out. So now I have to live with that and see it. But yeah, I
Yes,
mean,
I've seen that.
patience, patience is a virtue on this one, and yeah, I mean that you're 100% right. Just you have plenty of time on your hands, so just wait for the time to be right. Don't jump into selling too fast. Don't jump into buying too fast. Don't buy into 100 breaks right off the bat and you blow all your money, because
Right.
then you're going to have none for another product that comes out next week.
Right. The best
So,
advice I could say and give is the fact that if you're first getting into the hobby and you're first wanting to, I would say, and this sounds a little bit nerdy, but write out your game plan. Like, what is your intentions for this hobby? Are you looking to make this like a full time job? Are you doing it literally for the passion, the collecting? Try to route your avenue on how you're gonna get there. Look up what all releases are coming out that year. What releases are the ones that you really want to focus on collecting versus just the cheaper stuff that have no potential value. It's just ripping to rip. Like get you a game plan and figure out like what are the following steps and what are the cards that I'm kind of looking for that I could gain a possession on, and hold it as an investment piece or as a collecting piece or as a trading piece. Like there's so many routes. If you try to immerse yourself so much with all of them at once, you're going to go in so many directions that's where you're more inclined to make all these simple mistakes. It's like when I was helping my daughter with her math homework earlier today. When she rushes it, she misses her steps and she gets the equation wrong. But when I tell her to pause, go back, run it line by line by line, she gets every single thing right. By rushing it, you are so much more susceptible to messing this up that you're going to have those regrets, and then you'll have a negative image on it, and then you'll have what everybody calls burnout. And burnout is what gets you out of the hobby, I think, the fastest. Do you agree?
yeah, and I mean, like, you hit that nail on the head. Like, have that separation. Like, for me, I started in the MLS side. I basically completed my MLS collection or the stuff I'm happy with. And then I progressed into the, you know, European soccer side. So, yeah, you have to have that separation. And you also need to have that separation of, like, these cards are the ones I'm okay with selling, these
Mm-hmm.
ones are for trade, these ones are never leaving this house. And you need to have those, people, theoretical lines in the sand, and you can
Right.
cross them every once in a while, but like you gotta, you gotta understand, like, there's certain cards, even if you call them PC, like I sell cards out of my PC all the time because like I
Right.
know those PC cards will buy me other PC cards that I want,
Right, because then you're investing into your own product that you're growing that net growth for a better product version of itself.
Yeah, exactly.
If that sentence even made sense, I feel like I butchered that.
No, that or I'm so tired that it made sense to me too after. But no,
This
I
this
mean
this
I
is
think I made
perfect. This is
sense. So
perfect. And I'm just saying, like, if you see Cincy doze off, hopefully it's not because of my soothing, sweet voice. It's just because how exhausted he is from his move.
yeah, the hardest part was I spent 8 hours moving the whole apartment yesterday, and I spent half the time moving my dang fish tanks today. So like, yeah, and then there's still work to do with those. So
No, that's so
it's just
funny,
it's part of the move, man. Part of the
dude.
life. But hey, we've got this whole new stream room here, so you'll see me running OBS in the future. We're gonna be having fun. We'll have games on in the back. I'm excited.
Dude,
It's a new opportunity and a new chapter, and
I'm
we'll
stoked
probably be
for
doing
you.
this a little more full time eventually. So
Yeah, for sure. And I'm super stoked for you. I think this is a cool opportunity that you have your own little room now, and you're gonna see some awesome upgrades in the Oaks channel with Cincy in it. So I look forward to it. Since we're getting close, now it's time for your third card. So go ahead and get your final third card.
all right. Well, the second card I grabbed was not like a good player or anything. So
It's
let
okay.
me.
Doesn't matter.
All right. Cool. I'm just gonna reach my hand
Five,
again. And we're just gonna
four, three, two, one. Grab and go. You're done.
Oh yeah, great card to end it.
All right.
You can
I got a
you'll
couple last questions for you, and then we're gonna get into the game side of it all to wrap it all up. All right.
All right, cool.
So, what I want to ask now is that we got to learn. We actually got to learn quite a bit of you. So, so, oh my goodness, what is going on, Cincy? You're right. It's the after dark is messing up my brain.
Yes,
Totally
it's all
worth it.
right,
I'll
man.
probably be keeping this stuff on here just for allowing people to laugh, but whatever. Like
Yeah, a little confused really doesn't hurt anyone, my friend.
nah, not at all. Um, I'm gonna definitely have to clip out the pauses, bro. It's like my brain switched off all of a sudden. It was all wheels firing, and then it's just
It
died.
was at the midnight bell. You said you were about to ask me a couple questions. I know that you said you had a couple more questions left before the game. That's where.
Oh, okay, I'm ready. So Cincy,
All right.
what kind of projects you got lined up in the future since you're doing all these new changes?
Yeah. So I mean, like, actually, I think I'm okay to drop this. We just opened up Oaks Consignment, so I'm gonna help Wilpo with a bunch of that. Wilpo's gonna be running that, but I'm kind of gonna be behind the scenes guy. I mean, as you know, I'm a part of that business, and I try to help them any way we can. I have my singles side, my card show side that I'm gonna keep doing. We're gonna be doing more breaks of different products. Um, I think I have some bigger things coming too. I just got an email actually while we're live right now that I think we're going to get an affiliate code with Card Ladder. So we're going to hook all of our homies up with Card Ladder affiliate codes. I just got the sign up form for that. So I'm going to get that filled out and get us an affiliate code for Card Ladder through Oaks.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can say that yet. I don't know what the situation is, but I'm going to go ahead and plug it because I can. Um, so yeah, I mean, we've got big things coming. I don't want to drop what the Oaks' gang's plan is in terms of what Oaks and Wilpo's plan are, but you're going to see a more efficient machine come, probably 2 months from now.
Cool.
Um, and yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah, there's a lot of big things coming, and probably things that I don't even know yet. That I'm not even. You know me, I'm a creative mind, so there's stuff that like every day I have a new idea of something that could be
That is
fun for
true.
everyone to do.
That is true. And I know you and me have been working slowly because just our schedule has been so tight with stuff. I mean, with editing and the family and work and all that stuff, and my other channel on Reborn. That if you like Christian content, go check that out. That we're gonna try to start in our
next
development
next
phase.
week.
Yeah, our top 10 hits on break, something cool and unique that I'm hoping that it brings a little bit of funness and joy. And I know this is going to probably come out a little bit after my poll, but I posted a poll that I'm going to do a little mini series too on, and that's going to be collecting complete your set process. That, and it looks like 2016 select tricolor is going to be the one that's going to win. So I want people out in the hobby that if you have those tricolors, hit me up, because that's going to give you an opportunity to probably be in a reel or an episode on me trying to gain those cards, whether it's by trade, by buying it out on a deal, or my favorite that I'm throwing in there are challenges, where you the viewer get to throw a challenge at me to try to earn those cards to complete the set. And when I hit 500
Okay,
subscribers on YouTube, I'm actually going to give that whole complete set away. And
that's cool.
it's going to be the complete set, just the base set. So everything, every player, I think it's 300 players when I was looking it up, it's going to be given away. And that's including Messi, Ronaldo, anybody you can think. I think that's Pulley's rookie year, if I'm not mistaken, right? 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pulley's going to be in it. So this is a great opportunity, one, to be a part of this content for the hobby that I want to give back after a while, and two, let's have fun with it. I mean, it's going to be a blast. But last question I have for you before we get into our
Here's your first
yes,
one to start the set, my friend.
no
Out of my
way,
PC, yes, sir.
no way,
That's the first
thanks.
one. It is officially started.
Sim-
There's the first one for
do
you.
you have a sticker or anything with your logo on it?
Yeah, somewhere.
All right, when you do, give me your sticker too, because I'm gonna put on the binder all the stickers of all the people who've been a part of it. All
Yeah,
right,
I'll definitely do that. Yeah, so from me to you and to the 500th or the winner of the 500th subscriber raffle. So this will be fun. I'm
thank
excited for
you,
your adventure, and I'm
thank
not.
you. This
I want. This is my part to be involved. I
this
can't
is
wait to see
awesome.
what
It's
happens,
already
man.
starting off to a cool opportunity. Cool. Is this? I'm speechless. Thank you. It's also because I'm fatigued and tired, but this
Yeah.
is awesome. All right, next question. Um, and this is something actually I've really enjoyed getting the perspective of everybody. Is what what product is your absolute favorite product to rip?
It's an easy answer, and
I
I'm
know.
pretty
I'm pretty
sure
sure I know it.
every person from the Oaks gang has the exact same answer. Select Syria, hands down, is my favorite product.
So I knew you
Um,
were going to answer
I
that.
could,
Let me change it up now. I'm
I
throwing you a
could,
curveball.
okay,
What year?
this year. Um,
Oh,
but I'm gonna throw you a curveball, and I'm actually gonna like that's my favorite product, but like a very close second is this year's MLS Finest. Like that is one of my I will anytime I see a hobby box of that, I'll pay whatever money just to rip that product. MLS Finest this year. It's if one was like a 10, which was probably Serie A, MLS Finest is a 9.9 in my eyes. I love that product. So
okay.
two different ones is my answer on that.
So I love that, because I'm not gonna lie. So I know I'm very rusty with my MLS. There's certain players that I love that I know of in there, obviously like Cucho and everything. But when it came to MLS Finest, I watched that break, I think, so much that I almost started wanting to buy into those breaks and started collecting it, because the card designs were beautiful. I love the
Yeah.
oil spill. I love the card design on it. And when I found out that the latest flashback was going to be coming out, I was thinking like, oh, this is gonna be so awesome looking with that oil spill card and stuff. And then I see a total
Yeah.
180 in design at first, but because I had such a high expectation, because MLS Finest did it. I mean, they set the bar
Yeah.
super, super high with that product. And then when
Yeah.
the other Finest came out, I was like, wow, I really am disappointed, Tops. Like, you had the best thing put out there. You did not copy and paste it to the next set. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But I will say
Yeah. And I
now
mean,
it's grown on me, but it's still, MLS did really good.
yeah, I think I only have a couple cards from this year's UCC Finest in my PC. Um, I like the design. It looks great in person.
Yes, it
I
does look
just
better in
sat there
person.
with I just sat there with my fingers crossed that when I opened that box, it was going to look exactly like the MLS Finest. I know it may have been a false hope because the MLS Finest is a way smaller print run. I mean,
Yes.
that's pretty obvious because the players are way less. Um, but like the cards, man, like every single one from the case hit prize footballer fusions. I have the most it's not sitting out here. It's not one of the couple cards I have to show, but like I have the most gorgeous Messi case hit from that set.
Dang.
It's just my favorite set. Second favorite set,
Right, right.
other than Syria. And Syria is
Cereal is
just Syria.
just is awesome. It has moved up my ranks so much, and I think international tops the regular hobby version in my opinion. I love the dragon scales. I love the zebras. To me, international like that. If Panini ended today and never printed out a card, I think they nailed it on the coffin with the international set.
Yeah, I agree, concur with your statement 100%. The thing that's so unique about Syria and hobby is the same way, but international specifically, like the dragon scales are only out of 18. Like they're so
Yes.
exclusive and hard to get in that set. Like that's what makes Serie A so great. Not let alone the field level legends you can get: Zidane,
Oh yeah.
Henri, Pirlo, Buffon. It goes on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the current players like KK, like Castro, even the guys
Mm-hmm.
like Dybala. It's just such a spread out set. There's not a lot of I mean, there is some teams that don't have a lot of good players, but the legends balance it out so much better than I feel like other sets do.
Yes,
So
yes. And you're almost always guaranteed like there's one or two players on each of those teams they're just phenomenal. Like so it's like if you're buying into any spot in any breaks, you're not doing bad. Like every play there's a good player
yeah,
in every team that you want to go for. Like they have a great rookie class. And like Oaks mentioned it, 2 or 3 months down after Serial's release, some of the rookie players out of that set become the biggest chasers out of the overall sets. So like
oh
it's
yeah,
factual. So we're
yeah.
gonna go to this next segment of mine. That's flex your PC before we go to our game because we're gonna be wrapping up here soon. So Cincy, I would love you to
All
do the
right.
honors to show me your first PC card, which you actually have I think a couple more extra than me. So I'll be letting you drive the
Yeah,
wheel a little bit.
I'll put some aside.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no,
I just
no.
have a couple.
Flex the
I'll
PC.
so the first one I'll show off is the Grail. This is my favorite card in the collection. The Kucho one of one Superfractor. Um,
Auto.
yeah, so I Yeah, auto, of course. So me and you talked about how I played soccer. So I actually played for the Cruise youth system growing up. So I've always been a Columbus fan. Imagine a 10-year-old wearing a Columbus Crew jersey. And then Cucho and Zella Ryan were the two guys that got me back being a Crew fan. So, and then Finest is my favorite set. So this is
That
just,
is
yeah, it's just it is my favorite card in my collection. It's one that no matter what, if the house burns down, it's the one I'm grabbing and running out of the house with if I can carry one.
not your
Like
10-gallon fish
it's my
tanks.
favorite card. Well, no, hopefully they'll put out. I'll grab them and put out the fire. Hopefully,
I just still laugh so hard. If y'all could be a part of that conversation, just the poor guy had to move these three large fish tanks. Took forever. All
yeah,
right,
longer than I expected. But hey,
here's one out of the PC actually, and it's a player that I feel like his market is a little bit underrated at times, and it's 22-23 tops Chrome, but it's the Joga Bonitos of Kylian Mbappe. I had a PSA 10, and I feel like Mbappe deserves a little
yeah,
bit more love on his market side.
yeah. There's two guys, Mbappe and Holland, that have just been criminally undervalued in our hobby, and
Oh yeah.
that's all right. Eventually, they'll be worth way more, and
Oh
you'll be
yeah.
the lucky one, right?
It's like what we were
Yeah.
talking about, like you'll miss out on some, but there's opportunities for other things that you may hit the grail on. So always do
Yep.
your research. All right, your turn.
All right. So this one is, I mentioned it earlier. I gave a forewarning of like a card that's based solely on core memories. So what I'm going to do, I have so this is the Rodrigo Gomes Nebula one of one from Prism Choice this year. He's actually a big rookie chase in the product itself. Um, there's that one of one right there. But
Nice.
I actually pulled this. So we were at the National, the Oaks gang. It was the first time I got to meet all the guys. That was literally like it was 5 days in heaven. Let me just preface that. I mean, you're in card heaven. But we all wanted to buy a box of cards to rip. So I went and bought, I went to Dave and Adams and bought a Prism Choice box. And yeah, this came out. It's actually funny. I pulled two one of ones that night. And then the last time we were together, I pulled another one of one for myself. So it's just like the core memory. This is my favorite. This nebula is so gorgeous. This is just the core memory
That's
of that
sick.
weekend. I'll sell the other one of ones, but this is the card I'll keep just because of
Right.
how cool it is and the core memories of hanging out with the fellas and stuff like that.
Nice. Very nice. Well, we talked about it a little bit earlier in the show, and that was Pokemon, but I got actually a cool one that I just fell in love with the artwork. I know the grade isn't the best, but it's a 2023 Pokemon. It's a Japanese version. I can't remember what the
Oh,
Japanese set
cool.
is called, but it's the Magikarp art rare. But the cool thing about it is the artworks. See, I'm a sucker for art, and if the art really like captures my attention, like I want it and stuff. So I had to reach out and pick that up because it just looked, to me, it looked captivating. It was really cool. I love the colors, how they pop and stuff. And Magikarp is one of the most lamest Pokemons in the world, but it evolves into one of the strongest ones if you ever played the game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's the one thing I'll say. Like, even Pokemon, the $5 cards look gorgeous.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that's the coolest thing about those cards is like the design and the effort they take to make every card. Shows the care they have for their
Oh
customers, which
yeah.
is cool.
For sure. All right, you're up.
All right, so this is probably I'm trying to think like this is probably the highest dollar amount in my PC, but I'm gonna break out. So this is a messy first year Sapphire 2019-2020. This is the first year they made Sapphire. It's a orange refractor out of 50 PSA 10.
Jeez.
This is another card that I'll probably pass down to my kids. It's just a fundamental part of my PC. Like I said, I have more Messi's than I do
That's
um,
liquid.
Ronaldo's. Yeah, and it's one of those like I could sell it right now. I mean, and make way more than I paid for it because I
Oh
got it
yeah.
out of an Oaks black box. But um, it's one of those things where like I've always said firsts and lasts. It's the first year of a product, which means in 50 years it's going to be worth way more than the second or third year of Sapphire,
Right.
and that's just what it boils down to. So, yeah, that's really it's just I just wanted to show it. It's not as
That's a
sentimental to
that's a
me
big
as some of
flex.
the other ones. Yeah, but and then yeah, I have two more, and but I'll do these next two in the same one because they're tied into it together. So
All right, then that'll work out because this is actually my last one on my flex. And this one, I've talked about it. I can't remember if I showed it off or not, but this was the card that actually brought me back pretty heavy into the soccer world. It was off of Gigi's break, and it was to pick your pack. And I picked a pack, and I hit out of the Copa America, which is my by far my favorite set ever because of the Colombia cards in there.
yep,
But and this is the Argentinian that I like a lot is a Diego Maradona autograph,
that's so
full
sick.
copa. And to me, that was
Yeah,
the
that's so
first
sweet.
biggest card I think I've ever hit. And I need to grade it. I've had it forever in this one touch, but I need to definitely grade that bad boy because it's so clean. It's perfect.
That's so sweet. Yeah. Maradona is similar to like what we talked about Messi. That's just one of those cards. If you now obviously like if you need to sell it and make the money, you have to, right? But if it's
Yeah.
something you can hold on to and pass down to your daughter and
Oh
that's a
yeah,
card you
for
should.
sure.
Yeah.
All right, you got the rest of the show for the Flex Your PC.
All right, so I got two more, and I'm going to tie them into the exact same one because they're both reds. So the first one I'm going to do is this Ellie De La Cruz. This is the first Ellie auto I was able to obtain. It's an on-card rookie auto, just out of Bowman's Best. It's a base, but like he's my favorite baseball player, so
He's
it's the card
good.
that's in the PC for net. I'm gonna say for now, just because like if I can upgrade, I definitely will.
Right.
I'm will. And then this is the first baseball card I bought to get me back into the hobby. And to be honest with you, like I bought it because I didn't know they made cards like this. And it's what ignited all of this. It's the reason why I'm here right now, besides the Messi I pulled. But this right here is a Matt McLean on card auto to 99 with it's called it's out of Inception. It's the first milestone set. So this right here, and you can scan the code, is basically a relic from his first MLB hit. That's the second base that he stepped on when he got his first MLB
Oh,
double,
that's
and they cut it up
cool.
and put it into cards. So like
That's
I was
disgusting.
watching. Oh, it's so sick, yeah. And Ellie has some, and I'll definitely have one of those eventually. But like it just adds a layer to it, right? Like I watched this game on TV. I remember the game Matt McLean got called up. It was against the Rockies. Like I was literally watching it on my TV. He killed it. So it was just like super cool to actually get that game used second base. I know he's not the hottest name right now, but like that's why I love match balls too. It's this kind of stuff that makes it super cool.
Yes, I absolutely agree. All right. So thank you for showing your PC. They were disgusting, especially that cucho. But now is the time for this game. I got 15 questions for you. All right. This is how the game works.
Okay.
You have those three players that you chose. First thing I want you to do is tell me in the audience, what players did you have?
Well,
Okay.
um I picked a Coke out of my silver bin. Hey, I didn't even look. A Garnacho, and then probably the best goalkeeper of all time, Manuel Neuer.
This is going to be actually very fun. I think you actually picked out a really good squad for this. You ready? So each of these
I'm
questions that
ready.
I'm going to be asking, you have to pick one of those players that you will trust in that scenario. All right?
Okay.
So, you're coaching a Sunday league team and one of your players shows up hungover. Who's still going to score that hat trick out of the three?
Well, I can tell you Neuer's probably not scoring a hat trick for us, unfortunately. Like Koke's not really that big of a goal scorer, so I guess like I'd have to trust Garnacho to put three in the back of the net. I guess.
All
Like
right.
I collect Argentinians. He's not one on my list, but he'd be my answer for this one. So
All right. Next question. You're stranded at an away game with no ride. Which player do you believe is definitely going to charge you gas money if he takes you home?
I'm gonna go with Garnacho on this one too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
can
looks like
picture
the guy that would ask for a fiver to get some gas mileage. Yeah. Hey,
that.
Cincy, can you throw me a fiver for this premium, man? Yeah, I mean he's totally would be that dude.
This is why I love this game. All right. One of your players has to do your taxes. Who do you trust to have it completed before the deadline?
Oh, Koke. I don't know if he's smart, but he just gives me that look of like I mean, he's a midfielder and like he's one of those like ball possessing midfielders. So like I think, I would
That'll
trust him to do
translate.
my taxes. He
Okay.
just looks like yeah. He just look at him. He looks like a guy that would do your taxes. So you walk into your accounting office and Koke's just sitting there.
Perfect. All right. You're opening up a hobby shop. Which player definitely is going to be forgetting to put the top loaders on the cards?
Yeah, I picked the perfect lineup. Garnacho again. He'd be too occupied on something else to be focused on that.
Here's a good one. You have to trust one player to sell all your. I can't even say. You have to trust one player to sell all your cards online. Who's 100% listing your grill by for $5 by accident? Oh my
So when you
gosh!
say I picked the perfect lineup, you just mean I picked the perfect card for this one, right?
Right. All right.
Yeah, Garnacho again. He's a goober, man.
This is
I mean, he's
perfect.
like he gets his hate. Like I don't think he's that bad of a player, but yeah, he's just a goober, man. Like
He
I don't think he's
is.
that awful of a player at all.
All right. Here's the next five. You're hosting a live whatnot stream. Which player is going to steal your
Okay.
mic and keep yelling, let's rip every 5 seconds?
I just
Hey,
I'm gonna pick him. I just feel like
he's
he'd
a
be a
good hype
cool guy to
man.
hang out with. Yeah, and he'd just be like in his German accent, just like hyping us up.
Let's rip, let's
You
rip.
know? Yeah, yeah.
Here's a good one. One player has to babysit your dog. Who's going to lose your dog in the first 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Cooper. Garnacho's losing you, man.
All right, you're
Poor
gonna be
fella just gave me a look like, "Don't leave me with him, Dad."
you're gonna be filming a break for YouTube. Which player's guaranteed to knock over the camera mid hit?
See, like Neuer's pretty good at that. I'm gonna. I mean, like, it just seems like I'm grabbing the middle card every time. But like, actually, I think like all these people wouldn't be too bad. I just think Garnacho would be probably focused on other things. Again,
Okay. All right. One of your players has to design their own card set. Who's accidentally going to
okay.
who's accidentally going to forget to sign the cards that they're supposed to sign? Don't pick Garnacho, even though that's totally him.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally him. I mean, I guess I would pick Neuer just because, like, I feel like he has. I mean, he's got to have a whole family and stuff now, where he's got like a wife and kids, and just other important things. I mean, I don't know much about Neuer besides his on the field stuff. I don't really do the off the field research, but I
Oh
would
no,
assume
this
he
this
has
is
bigger
just the
fish to fry.
assumption. No, you're just basing off of the picture of the
Yeah,
card. All right,
yeah,
you're hosting
I would assume he.
you're hosting a celebrity boxing match. Which which of those players would you have in your corner to box in your and to represent you?
I pick Neuer. He's probably got a pretty nice wingspan. He can probably throw a mean hook.
Neuer's not someone to mess with on the field either.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I've seen
no,
his
and
angry side.
obviously, yeah, and doing, being a goalkeeper, he practices his punches and all that kind of stuff to punch the ball
Exactly.
out and corner kicks and stuff. So you never know. Maybe he can get a few good knocks in and put a mate on the ground.
All right, one of your players getting turned into a Funko Pop. Who's going to end up being the ugliest one ever seen?
I feel like he would just make a goofy looking Funko Pop.
I think so too. I think Koke is a good pick on that one.
Yeah, like that face right there just like would not make any kid want to buy it.
All right, here's the good one. That I'm curious where you're going to go with this one. You're in a horror movie, but only one person survives in this movie. Which one of those players is going to sacrifice themselves for you to live at the end? And it'll be the most dramatic slow motion sacrifice in the film.
Ooh, that's actually a tough one. Like I know it's not Garnacho, so I'm not gonna pick
No,
that one.
Garnacho would save
Um,
himself.
yo, yeah, 1,000%. Um, like I'm actually torn between these two guys. Like I know I can only pick one, but they're both leaders. Like they're both leaders of their team.
Okay,
I'd probably
I'll
pick
allow
Neuer
it.
just because like he's pretty self. I pick Neuer out of the two just because like yeah he's the goalie, but like he's pretty selfless.
That and
He
with
cares
his
about
German
winning.
accent, I think it's gonna sound 10 times cooler him sacrificing
Oh, it
himself
would
for you.
make a great. It'd make a great end of a movie. Him sacrificing himself. Yeah.
All right, you're at the National Card Show. Who who's starting a bidding war over their own car just to drive up the price?
Um, I'm gonna go with the accountant again, just because like he looks like I said, it's just that face. Like it's the face on this card. Like he just looks like he's gonna want your money.
Yeah. All right. One of your players becomes the face of a brand new cologne called The Hobby. Who's absolutely going to who's absolutely ruining that commercial by overacting?
I'm gonna go him.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason why I think of it, like I don't think he'd be overacting. I just think it'd be hilarious. I just think it would be an absolutely hilarious commercial. I don't know if it'd be ruined, but it'd just be so unique. I think it'd be hilarious.
Your host.
So I would want him to.
You're good.
Yeah, and I pick Garnacho enough. We'll change it up a little bit. Yeah,
Okay,
I,
because you're probably gonna want
I'd
to.
pick Neuer.
You're gonna love this one. Here's the last one of it all. You are
All
hosting a
right.
live stream. You hit a one of one. You hand it to your person to sleeve and top load, but they fall and accidentally damage and rip the one of one, who is instantly going
Mm.
to be blaming you for that incident? Yes.
No words needed. The icing on the cake. Yeah, I mean, like he'd just be like, "It was you.
It was you
You
did
hit the
this.
chair. You kicked your chair out from under me, and I fell and I ripped it. It's all your fault." Yeah. No.
All right. So, Cincy, thank you so much. I know our show kind of like had some squirrely moments, but I think it was perfect still because it just explains our relationship. Like, it was great. I enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it was an absolute blast. I'm looking forward to, I'll plug it again. I'm looking forward to our show, the top 10 that we're going to start rolling out soon. It's just going
Me
to be more
too.
time that we get to hang out. And yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see who else you have on the podcast and what else big things you have coming. Maybe we'll get you and your daughter to rip a case of NBA or something like that. Something you both enjoy. Big things coming. You never know. So
Absolutely.
we'll see
So,
what's in store.
but I enjoyed you taking your time, especially so late. And for y'all to just get an idea, I live in Texas. It's 12:32 a.m. here. Cincy lives in Cincy, obviously, and they're an hour ahead. So he definitely put in the time for this episode, and I appreciate you for that.
No, I appreciate you for having me on. I'm glad we could make it work. And yeah, I mean, it's just a start. So I can't wait for what's
Absolutely.
next. I
But
thank every, I, I thank everyone for giving an hour of their time to listen to us talk on and ramble on the late night hours. But you know, it was fun, and like I said, I appreciate you.
it was definitely a fun ramble. And for all you viewers out there, thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and whatever platform I have. I can't remember because it's too late, but I know y'all do. So I'll see y'all next time, and I'll catch you on the flip side. See ya. This is where you say bye.
Oh, see ya.